and what a great impact that is in a
Yes.
very positive way. Yeah. And so that brings me to all the volunteers, at Regions. It makes me, like, you got so much out of this. And so, Mary, I'd like you to maybe talk about, you specified a little bit about what you get out and the joy. And so being there for quite a few years and, kind of starting the pet therapy, you've probably seen the joy a lot of the volunteers with their dogs get. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
I'd love to. I think it's, first of all, the welcoming environment at Regions is wonderful for us as a therapy team. You can walk down the hall and the patients are receptive, the family members are receptive, the staff is receptive. It's a really happy, open-armed environment. For me, and I hope for a lot of the other pet therapy teams, it's the little bit of joy that you bring to someone, perhaps a smile on their face, a moment of relaxation, maybe a little bit of release of frustration for someone that you have brought because your dog is visited.
Yes.
I feel many times I'm just the vehicle to bring the dog to someone who's in need of a visit.
Now the time commitment, I'm sorry.
The time commitment?
Yeah.
We spend approximately 2 hours on a visit. We don't like to spend much more time than that. The dogs really absorb the stress and sometimes the difficulty of the people that they are visiting. So in about 2 hours, they get kind of worn out, they get tired. We do have a schedule that we like to follow. Regions would like to have us be there on a particular day of the week, time of day,
Okay.
so that there's some predictability in the availability of a dog. The other thing I think too is that just bringing the dog there, the recognition of the dogs as you walk down the hall is one of the most rewarding things that we can do. The other time commitment, I think, is that we need to keep our dogs tidy and clean and well behaved, and that's a time commitment for both of us.
Yes.
How true.
How true.
I mean,
yes.
the fur in itself, and
Yeah. It's a very rewarding activity.
Yeah. And so do the dogs, of course, you mentioned going into the hospital, do they kind of have the run now that they have their own personal badges? Can they go anywhere in the hospital?
Let me try to answer that question a little bit, because I have a dog that has a very definite opinion on where she wants to go. So if we go backwards, at Regions, there's basically 3 places where dogs do not go.
Okay.
We do not go to the birthing center. We don't go to the burn center, which is also the open wound area.
Okay.
And we don't go to the surgical intensive care.
Okay.
Otherwise, dogs go to most places of the hospital. And what I think is most interesting is dogs find areas where they like to go, and they end up going there. We had Elsie was a pit bull, and Elsie did a fabulous job on the floor where the seniors were. And they didn't know Elsie was a pit bull. They knew it was a terrier they saw on TV. And Elsie shined right there. And so matching dog to area and owner to find out what the dog likes and then what the owner likes. Why some dogs go to the patient's rooms, some just go to clinics. Some dogs sit in the lobby, but they all have their various skills and works neat.
Do they have like a sixth sense in the sense of knowing maybe where they need to be that day? They kind of are intuitive in a sense, and sometimes they may lead you and you're like, oh, no, and then you end up getting there and that person has just had a really bad day and they see the dog and they light up, and then you're like, oh, this is why we're here. I don't know if that's ever happened, but...
Let me give you a quick story about one of our pet therapy volunteers.
Sure.
She was in a car accident. She was in a coma. Her dog was killed in the accident. We went to visit her 2 or 3 times and had no idea if she even knew that we were there. A couple weeks later, she became more responsive and woke up, and the story she tells is that she was excited to wake up because at the time she was petting Sasha, and she thought, boy, there really are dogs in heaven.
Oh, wow.
And as a result of that, she now volunteers at the Regions with her white poodle.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
whole circle.
Wow, that's great. And how would a pet therapy group come to Regions? Do they connect with you or?
Yeah,
No.
absolutely. They can get a hold of us a few different ways. We have a link on our Regions Hospital website, which is www.regionshospital.com, and then you just look for the volunteer link. Or you can call us directly.
Sure.
I call the volunteer office at 651-254-5709.
Okay. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Because we have, of course, a clip that we want to share with our viewers and the staff and how they brighten their day as well. And then, of course, Mary and Shirley had a great experience that we want to share with our viewers with that patient. And then Dave, of course, you have a great video of yourself with a young man. And those are really, really great clips that we're going to show our viewers as well. So I want to ask the question about what type of training does the hospital offer for not only maybe you as volunteers, but actually for an animal that they feel is qualified to become a part of your pet therapy?
Well, I'll talk about the volunteer part. We have a mandatory orientation to the hospital that we go through, everybody goes through. And then for the pet therapy teams, there's a 3-step process that, Dave, if you want to walk
Sure.
people through.
Basic process is to come once and they go through with another team. The purpose of that is to show them a little bit about the hospital, but show them lots of tips on how to make things work right. For example, dogs like to be pet on both sides usually. Patients are only pet with one. You know, if you touch your dog on the other side, that extends your visit. A lot of people don't think of that. Or little things like make sure the dog doesn't lick, we don't shake or give high fives again because of infection control issues, and do that kind of training. But also just ways to introduce your dog, how to back your dog in, avoid cornering your dog, all tips that fit a hospital setting and make a therapy dog program go better.
So you complement each other then in educating.
Absolutely.
And then the last step is then the new person would go through with their dog and go once, 2 or 3 or 4 times with somebody that's experienced, again, just to help them out and make suggestions. But it's really up to the people. And a new person can expand as fast as they want to. If they only want to go to the lobby area and it's working great, then quit. If they want to specialize in mental health or something along those lines, then there's additional training when they're ready to grow into a different part of the program.
So they can take it at their own pace as well.
Absolutely.
Wow. So not you're benefiting the volunteer, you're benefiting the animal, and you're benefiting the patients at Regions Hospital.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, we only have a few more minutes, Renee, so is there anything that you want to shout out to my viewers about Regions Hospital? Now would be the great time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully people have heard our campaign, Take Me to Regions.
Ah, yes.
And so if you find yourself there for any reason, please feel free to call out for a pet therapy visit. We'd be happy to meet that request. The other thing is that we're always looking for volunteers, and so we would love to have you and your pet together as a team join our team.
Wow. And Mary, of course, being a volunteer for so many years at Regions, any last minute thoughts you want to throw out if someone's on the board, on the line there thinking about it? Or?
I just want to reflect on something I've already said, which is that it's a very welcoming environment for people, and that you walk down the hall and you really realize that your presence is of value, and that many times just being there is the most rewarding thing that I can ever talk about. So that would be my pearl of wisdom about volunteering at Regions.
Okay. And of course, Dave, we can't leave you out, you and Sasha, because you've been at this, I think, the most of the years of all of us here.
Yeah, and for me, it's, you know, those silence compliments that you're walking down the hall and you realize that somebody in front of you is telling a friend about their visit with your dog and what the impact it had on them. And that's worth a lot of smiles and pleasant drives home.
Okay, wow. That sounds great. Well, I appreciate all this, and it's been a great
Thank you so
education
much.
for my viewers,
Very
and
fun.
Mary as well.
Thank you.
And Dave, appreciate it. If you have any questions or would like to contact Renee, please contact her at Regions Hospital, and we will throw the website up. And this has been great information again, for all of you to share with my viewers. Please tune in to my other shows of Knowledge for Wellness being televised throughout the 120 communities in the Twin City area. And visit my website at knowledgeforwellness.com. And that tells you on the broadcast page of where we are being broadcast in your area. And you can also connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. And the mission of Knowledge for Wellness is to inform viewers on health issues, to expose, educate, and make viewers aware, to enhance themselves and their loved ones for a better quality of life. And I hope we have provided you with more knowledge to benefit you and your loved ones. So until next time, be well and goodbye. Thank you. Thank you.
Now stand up and say, okay.
Okay.
That way you don't get dogs.
Everybody knows these treat doors. I'm gonna have to carry it anyways. Thank you.
Did you wear your makeup today, Sasha? Put your eyeliner on? You looked right at the camera. Looked right at the camera.